Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Space Engineers. Morlibus here. How are we doing today? Fantastic, then. Okay. To start off, did some work on this guy. I think I got things kind of working. Rudimentary. Still needs some tweaking and stuff. But I've done a few things. If we look right here, there's a sensor on the back of this welder. It's kind of a built-in safety, and we'll see that in work. It basically won't try to crush the ship. So if I forgot to rotate the ship and then started closing these pistons, instead of them just ripping and destroying into tortwing, they'll stop so they can detect that kind of stuff. I've got a sensor up here. I think that one is set up to detect players, so that might save my life. And then I got some timer blocks over here, and I got a little memory stick thing that we talked about. Or timer block stick, I don't know what we should call it, but I have some ideas of where we could put them, or what it would look like where we put them, and all that kind of stuff. So I've got, let's take a look. I don't remember if these are all, okay, so timer block stage 3, and the next one is probably stage 4, and this one is stage 5. So stage 1, 2, 3, wait, is this 3? Yeah, there's 3. Okay, stage 1 and 2 are taken care of by our sensors, right? So we have these two sensors. Stage 1, stage 2. And I think they are currently off. Yeah, that's to prevent this thing from accidentally running when I don't want it to. Stage 2 off as well. So basically that takes the first part, that's second, third, fourth, fifth. So let's take a look at it again and see if we can get this to work. I also did a little thing with Tortwing. Other than repairing him, I lost his large cargo container and one of his gyros. I think his gyro was missing in the last episode, because when we went in there I noticed it popped up in the control panel that a gyro was just placed and it was incomplete. So a gyro showed up here. So one of the gyros got broken, and then I don't know if at the same time or other time large cargo got removed. Anyway, we lost large cargo. Some of the stuff that was in it, I was able to retrieve some of the things that were floating out or floating inside his belly. But anyway, what I did with him, if we look into here, I used some of the timer blocks. We have 2 of them. It's called 180 degrees, and what it does is it turns us around. So the first timer turns on a gyro that's set to rotate, and it starts stage 2. Stage 2 stops that gyro. So basically all I did was make it so the gyro will just rotate for a little bit. And then the gyros I'm using, I found that one wasn't enough at 100%, even at full RPMs. So I got another one at full 60 RPMs. And then when I'm using a total of 56% of them, so we get a little bit more than the 100% of just a single one. But it's not consistent. So, for instance, if let's line ourselves up perfectly, it was hard to get consistent. But here we go. On the taskbar I have a little timer block. So there we under-rotated, I'm pretty sure. And then we come back. So if I do this twice, I should end up back where we started. Or at least I should end up in the same place every time, you would think. But I don't think I do. So there we ended up. Yeah, see, we're even less. Last time we stopped there. Time before, I think we stopped here. Let's try again. And activate. Unless we're stuck on something. No, there's nothing around us. So yeah, we're falling a lot short. I had it before. I found the opposite to be true. So let's try increasing that to 0.57. See if that will do the trick. And again, let's line up there. So what I'm going to use this for, if you've guessed, is, well, it didn't do anything, is use this to turn ourselves around to dock. 58. But, Uzi Wolf in the comments in the last video provided us with another idea of how we could achieve this, and I like that a lot better than what I'm doing right now. What I'm doing is fairly inconsistent, as we can see. I'm turning less by giving this thing more gyro power. That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make sense. Okay. Enough of this. 4% increase. Go, web, go. I could also decrease mine. No, actually, this one, I think that worked. Oh, so close. So anyway, all I wanted to show was that this is inconsistent anyway. It doesn't really matter that we're not making it, even if we were making it. If we're not hitting the same spot every time, like that, there, we almost did it. So if we're not hitting the same spot every time, then it's hard to adjust, because how do you compensate for randomness? But anyway, the idea proposed, which I liked, is we could create a little landing area here and use I think a rotor and a landing gear. So let's get that out. So for time being, I'm just going to use the advanced rotors because I think the regular ones are kind of buggy. I already have one. Landing gear right there. And I don't know if we have enough room height-wise, but we can move this bay up. So not a big deal if we don't have enough room. So wherever we want to dock, so however far out that connector came, and I think it came out a block, right? So the connector ends here. So I would want Tortwing's connector to be here as well. So in the center of Tortwing's body, we would want to put a rotor. Maybe right there, I'm guessing. That might even be a bit too far forward. We might want to put it here. Let's try that. Oops. And then simply a landing gear on top of it. Boop. And that's almost actually in the right spot. I don't know. I think we might be a little bit high. Probably a bit high. This would probably be better if it could be a block lower. But I don't want that rotor to be visible on the bottom. So what I'll probably do is raise the bay instead. It sounds overcomplicate the situation. Let's move the house instead of moving the tree. Yeah. Okay. But yeah. So I like that idea. And I think we'll try to do that in the future. For now, we'll use my crude way. So let's see that in action. What do we have here? I was working on this the other night, so that's sensors, door, and connector piston. Okay, so this is just for the sensor. That's why it's in brackets. So that's what the stage 1 is. It operates this, which will open this door and extend the thing. I know the sensors are off. I wasn't sure if I made like a repair bay on-off toggle. Yeah, I was just working on it the other night. Sensors, welders and sensors. Again, that's for a sensor. Or that's for when we turn on the welders. So instead of turning on just welders, I'm doing like I do for Tortwing. I'm turning on welders and a sensor. And then while the sensor is on, it'll be looking for players. But when you turn this group off, it's no longer looking for players. So that way, we'll see. We should be able to not kill ourselves. Okay, I'm not seeing it in here. So let's just go to sensors and turn them on. So we want stage 1 and stage 2. And we will turn those on. And just make sure I didn't do anything else weird that I don't remember. Like, I don't actually remember turning those off. Like, maybe I turned off the timer blocks, too, to make sure nothing worked. But, okay. So, the way I have it right now, we fly up, and I tried various tests here, which I will show you. The first time I did this when the door was open. Don't do that. Yeah. Second test was less destructive, but also unsuccessful. But eventually I got it all set up. So using timer blocks, because trying to get this thing to lock to us is a little tricky. But anyway, we'll fly up till the door opens. Do it. And hopefully I'm at the right height. And then we hit our rotate. And then I manually adjust the rest of the way. And then we can get out. So what we were failing to do last time was connect here. And I couldn't get the sensor to work no matter how I did it. Without some kind of delay, it just simply wouldn't happen. So there I have a delay, and that's using that first stage 3 timer block. So that will lock the connector and reverse those pistons. And then now advanced rotor rotates and the pistons go in. And I sped everything up, and you could see those kind of ratchet a little bit, and they toggled. So they were turning themselves on and off as they were trying to clamp down. So it's kind of like it will auto-adjust to the shape or the size of the ship. If we added more blocks to the bottom of Tortwing, this thing should adjust. So theoretically, we should be able to fit a larger ship in here, so long as he's not wider than this gap that we have. Okay, so if I fly in here, we don't die anymore. This is such a good thing to do. I always put it off, and I put it off on Tortwing for so long, and I don't know why. It's so nice and convenient not to die all the time. Anyway, so yeah, there we go. That is that, and currently I just have one thing set up to basically get us out of here. So if I hit number 5 on my toolbar, that, I believe, should be stage 5, so that's the last timer block I think that I had. So yeah, we had 3, 4, and 5. So that's the last one I've added so far. And it does... What do you do, timer? Timer block, stage 5. I reverse the pistons so they'll start retracting. Oh no, it turns them on because those sensors currently have them off because they basically contract until they turn off. So I have to turn them back on and reverse them. So this, I believe, never used to work, but it seems to now. You never used to be able to do 2 actions on the same device and have them both occur. At least I don't think you could. But anyway, so then it turns them on and then it reverses them. So they should retract. And then I turn off the welders and sensors for the welders. So that just turns off the welders. And we also rotate back to level. So let's go ahead and do that. Bam. Oh, it'd be better if we weren't in first person. So there we go. Everything opens up. And since the welders are faster than the rotor, they don't get in the way on the open. But on the close, they do. But it works out okay. So I think that'll be it. So from here, we would just simply, I think, undock. Or maybe we'll even make it unlock us at the end. We'd have to add in another timer block with a delay, I think, so that we were finished rotating. And then we'll fly out. And I think what we'll have here is a sensor that detects us and turns itself off. And what that sensor will do is also close the doors. So it'll close the doors and it will turn itself off. The reason why I want it to turn itself off because I want it to be a one-time event. So once you go through, it closes the door, or maybe once you exit the field. That way we can put the field right in the door, and as soon as the ship gets here, the door starts to close. And then we'll turn that sensor back on wherever we put it during one of the later stages. So before we're, maybe after, when we're rotating back before we leave, we could turn that sensor on. So that way when we go to leave. Yeah, I like that. Okay. So there we go. I think that's the plans for this thing. Now I wanted to, whoa, I was just flying backwards for a second there. What I wanted to do is add in an area for storing parts. Since this is our loading area for the most part, why don't we make this area for parts, or at least this section? Like, we want to have the crown molar have a loading area as well. Unfortunately, this isn't built in such a way that it will handle him. So he'll need his own unique one, I think. But it might make sense to keep the loading bay, or the item storage anyway, somewhere around this area where we're going to have our loading bay. So maybe we'll have crown molars loading area over here. And we could have storage somewhere in between, or I'm not too sure. Yeah, maybe we could create something in between and push this further back. Not sure. But I want to look into having a large cargo container dedicated for each part, and basically having it stocked all the time. And then we'll set up, hopefully, like assemblers that will automatically keep those cargo containers full, and if they don't need to work, they won't. But if we go up with Tortwing, grab some parts, and take off, it will refill those cargo containers. And then we need some kind of buffer for if we ever had too many parts and we wanted to put some back into the system. We could even get those set up to just automatically disassemble or something even. Okay, so I've been trying to do some stuff to increase performance in the world. I shrunk down my render distance, and that's about it, I think. I've cleaned the world. I've gotten rid of floating objects and stuff like that. But I think what I want to do is turn this guy back into a station, because I've heard with like large ships, the game has to do physics calculations on it as well, whereas a station, because it's not mobile, it doesn't have to do those calculations. So that should, if we could turn him back into a station, I think that will help performance-wise a bit. Anyway, we'll hope. We'll see. I like the challenge that we have here of not or having to worry about stuff floating away. But also, I like things to work, perform well. So I'll trade performance over that. I did a test here, and I made basically a wall of interior plates. I mean, right now I'm decreasing performance, but by blocking off one side of the wall, the side that wasn't really visible, or the side that I didn't really care about, it did improve how many triangles. It basically cut the triangles down on those interior blocks by half and replaced them by whatever triangles I added here. But an armor block has significantly less triangles than the interior plate, so that will improve performance. So I think I'll do something like that, assuming we don't just have heavy armor right there anyway as the bottom part of the home. So yes, I want to move this before we... Or I want to turn to the station. Before I turn to the station, I want to move it. Before I move it, I want to do something. So right now, this is the orientation of a station block, so we are not positioned very well. So we got to fix that. Also, I want to extend this thing. So I put this diagonal line here. I don't know if we'll keep that in the final look, but I want this relationship to be here. Basically, from this point down to here is where I want this to be. So I want to move this part down to there. That's my goal. So I think it's about 8 or 9 blocks. So we're going to move it about 10 blocks. And let's make sure nothing's in the way. I don't think so. I should probably just get rid of this stuff just so we don't hit it. I just want to show that. So that's the plan. We're going to basically lengthen this tube as well as convert to a station as well as relocate. Okay, so I got this guy kind of ready to dock into and lock onto this bottom part. So he's going to hold on to that for us, either right now or we might move the whole thing first. And we could actually use this guy to do it if we wanted. Okay, so let's, I don't want to weld those armor blocks though. Oops. There we go. Well, you can keep going. I'll just help. Alright, so let's get this merge block done. We'll connect. And yeah, I think we can. Oh, seriously? Are we this poor? Come on. Oh, I guess we lost everything, didn't we? Did I even fill you back up since your accident? No. Okay. Alright, let me get set up and we'll continue. Oh, wait. 360 time. 180. Whatever number. Rotation. Whoosh. That work? Not bad. I'm a little low. Boop. Faster, faster, faster. Oh, hello. You need some welding as well, do you? There you go. Alright, so we are ready. Let's actually get torping out of the way. So what we're going to do is rotate this guy a bit to the right, essentially. If we remember what the station block looked like. So we got to rotate basically this way, I guess. Yeah. Not to the right. To the right and back. Okay. So we will merge on, I guess. Do they have a plan? No plan. Let's turn that on for now. These batteries are still charging because I rebuilt them, so we kind of lost the one charged one I had. Okay, so we're attached. Now I should be able to fly the ship, the whole station. And we are. Okay, so what I want to do, I don't want to do it from down here though, but we will get the benefit of those added thrusters helping us move this thing. So let's go to the top. I've extended this a bit. I think enough that what we're going to do is, based off of this, we're just using this as a measuring stick for now. So essentially I want to be above the grav ball, right? I assume. So can we find a spot that we're roughly above where the two X's of this block meet when we are directly above? So like that looks pretty good, but maybe over here is better. Pretty good. Maybe not. Doesn't have to be exact. I think that's probably pretty good. Okay, so if we do... Let's see here. If we go right there. Okay, we'll put a merge block on the bottom of that. So we want to convert it to a station. We're going to do that by merging it to a station. And I want it to gain roughly 10 blocks. So if we just pivoted, it looks like this would possibly meet up with that if it was a merge block. So if we get rid of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whoops, too many. That's okay. That's good enough. And then we put another merge block here. Our goal is to just fly up and connect. And then what I don't know. What I also want to do is lengthen this, right? So I don't know the best order to do this in. We could break this, right? And just have this guy hold on to it. And then we move the upper section into position, and then we move the lower section into position. But I think it would probably be easier to do it the other way. Because if I do that, I have to line them both up and rotate them both to that angle. Whereas if I get it the whole thing, I only have to do that once. And then once we're a station, I could just break this and convert that back to a ship using this guy, fly it down the 10 blocks we wanted, and then merge it back to a station. Yeah, okay, let's do it that way. I've convinced myself that that is the way to go. Okay, so for this part, I think we're just going to use the remote control block. And let's position ourselves so that we can actually see what we're doing, I guess. So the front of the ship relative to the remote control block is this way. So let's try that out. Remote control. So first thing we're going to do is fly up. And let's turn off the dampeners. Okay. We'll do this in stages. Oh god, I forgot we have pistons. Let's just see what was... I think it was okay. I just felt some swaying. Not sure if it was caused by that guy. But he seems to be okay. Another good point someone brought up is we might want to try locking stuff down when we're not using it. Especially if we're keeping it a ship. So that might be something we look into. For now... Am I still moving? My dampener's on? Fly! There we go. Once we're a station again, it probably won't be as much of an issue, though. Now, the only issue with landing gears is that those are kind of highly explosive, too, I think, at the moment. Maybe not. Maybe they are more stable. It does look like it's ratcheting around, though, doesn't it? It's not moving smoothly. Smooth. Okay, let's get a better camera angle. Aha. Alright, so we gotta go up a bit more. We could start rotating, I suppose. I assume we're far enough away from the asteroid now that we're not gonna, like, ram it. And I don't think we'll rotate towards anybody. Tortwing's all the way over there. The other guy's stuck to us, so he should be moving with us, I think. Okay. So let's use the arrow keys for more control. And tilt back. Is that right? Doesn't feel right. Nope, going the wrong way. Like, I had to get a reference. I'm like, what's rotating compared to what? And then I also want to rotate to the left. And then we're also going to want to spin. Let's do all these things at the same time. What could go wrong? Oh, nope, wrong way again. It's flawless. Flawless. How close are we? Do I have to... Yep. Do I have to turn the dampers on? Is this a good time? Yes! Good God, yes! Okay, let's just rotate now. Which way is the quickest way to rotate? This way, right? No, this way. What's the lesser angle? To the right. The right is the way to go. Okay, this is... Why are you rotating that way? This is becoming more troublesome than I expected. I think I'm confused on which way... What does what? Is this rotating? Yeah, this is the rotate one. Okay, I was confused. The one I was trying to rotate was not the one I thought was rotating, so I was tilting instead. think. Anyway, I'm going to get this lined up because it's going to take me a while. I'm just confusing myself. Okay, I think we got it. A little finicky there, but I think we achieved what we wanted to. So we're a little bit ways off the asteroid, and I hope we're still lined up with the hole. Nope. Oh well. Well, we were going to lower it down. We can always convert it to a ship and just move it. So if we just want to... Excuse me. If we just want to move this thing over like 4 blocks, we can convert it to a ship and put a merge block over here and just fly it directly at it in one direction without hopefully any rotational stuff happening from our pistons and stuff. But anyway, let's go ahead and weld that up and then hopefully merge. Tortwing, I lost you. Oh, you're all the way down there. Of course, I remember now. It's all coming back to me so long ago. 10 minutes. Right. The other thing that is fun with this thing is we can do whee. Actually, I think it would be useful for if you're flying really fast towards something and you want to stop. Oh, please work. I didn't feel like I wasn't anywhere near anything, but I was scared. But I think we could use it as a brake because he's got so much forward thrust that you could theoretically... Oh god! Kind of do that. Whew. Okay, scary. Let's not do that again. Alright, welding time. I was gonna say we should probably put a grinder on, but I guess we don't need a grinder today. We're just welding. Oh, I don't think they're close enough, but... Merge. So it's these two. Or no. It's this one. This isn't connected to us. We'll have this off. Okay? I don't know what this one is. That must be down below. Yeah. Okay. So that should work. So we'll get into position and then we'll turn on the merge block on the bottom. And hopefully... I don't know how well this is going to go, guys, to be honest. We might have trouble with that stuff right there. Because when we do this, it's going to go, oh, this is where everything should be. And it's going to snap it all into position. And I don't know how well this stuff's going to handle that. If it's going to go, okay, we'll just follow along. Or, you know, so it could go either way. So we'll prepare by saving. Because I consider that to be a vicious bug if that happens. So I'm okay with unloading and undoing it all. Alright, so let's get back to... Yeah, because here I don't feel like we're completely lined up. So maybe we can adjust it a bit more as we're getting up close. Okay, so back into here. Remote control. So let's fly up first. And let's also rotate this way by the looks of it. Of course, when we rotate, that's how we know we're not lined up, actually. Because if we rotate and we're not spinning in the same place... Oh no, that won't work because our our center of mass is not at this point. So this is not where we're rotating around. So that is incorrect. You, sir, are incorrect. So it's a little tricky to position yourself. Because our center of mass is way ahead of us. So, yeah. So we have to, like, overshoot, rotate, move, overshoot. So I don't know. This might be terrible once it happens. Okay, let's try that. Okay, we also have to back up. Okay. Yeah, like those should be disappearing at the same time, I would think. Oh no, maybe they're not lined up. Okay, we gotta rotate that way. This way? No. No. Okay, that's flying up. Alright, let's reposition. Man, this is hard. What a pain this is. Okay. Yeah, it's tough. I should have really done this somewhere else. I should have done this at its center of mass is where I should have done this. That would have been so much easier. Where is that? Center of mass. I would imagine. There it is. So if we'd done it over here instead, then I could at least be rotating around this spot. It'd be a lot easier to line it up. Anyway, not going to do it now. No, 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 no. Okay, let me get it perfectly lined up. Okay, so I think we're good. I lined it up, and then I did this little check, which I think means we're good. I mean, I can't place a block on any side of this, which to me indicates that we're kind of almost perfectly in the center, at least close enough within this margin of error that I'm trying to demonstrate. Because if we were off a little bit, you'd think I could place a block to one side and not the other. But we seem to be well enough. So let's do anti-bug and then just keep the pistons in view. Or maybe we should just go over here. Ooh, what are you? What are you? What is that? Detect deck components. Can I pick you up? Nice. Those probably came out of Tortwing, to be honest. His belly exploded. Let's get rid of let's get rid of all these. Okay. Alright. Are we ready for explosions? MBase. Remote. Control. Or I don't even need to do that, right? I just, oh, what do I need to do? Oh yeah, we gotta turn the merge block on. What am I doing? Merge. I believe it was this one. Perfect! Absolutely nothing bad happened. Flawless. Why, yes, I am sure. Thank you for asking. Okay, so that went poorly. Let's try this instead. Let's take this part off. So we should be able to just fly away with our bay here. So let's get this far enough away. So I think the problem being... Oh yeah, we got the gravity stuff stuck on. That's okay. So I think the problem there was... Because we're so far off from that center of mass, when this thing snaps into position, stuff on the outer edge of our ship here, or not even that far out, can end up moving quite a bit, quite rapidly. So as that station rotated that far, these guys were so far away that they decided they had to explode, I assume. Okay, so let's try that again, now that that won't affect it. Okay, so merge. Holy merge block 7. I guess it's the one that's off. Okay, I don't think we have anything else that should be explosive. I see the thrusters on, but nothing's happening. It must be fighting its connection. Oh, something's happening. I think it happened. Did it work? It worked. And our performance is so much better. Woo! No, I can't noticeably tell a difference right off the bat, but... Okay, so we are now immobile again. And that shouldn't have messed up our pivot point, but we could show it. Yeah, our pivot point is still there. for our station, because the large station of the merge thing merged with, well, I mean, I think it's where the station block is anyways, so it doesn't matter. They were in the same relative location, I think. This pivot point, I believe, belongs to this guy, so it should move when we move him. So now I think we should be able to put this back exactly where it was, or I might raise it up so we could do that piston in the landing gear thing. So I could do that just by getting rid of that and moving it up one. Alright guys, well, I think we'll end it here. We have a station. I did want to break that and move that down, but I think we'll have to do that some other time. We've run out of it ourselves. Alright, take it easy. Bye-bye. Close.